Okay, good afternoon, filmmaking community. After discovering that financiers, filmmakers, and audiences alike all have the desire to experience joy, connectivity, and inclusivity at all stages of the filmmaking process, our team chose to design an ecosystem that addressed the collective desires to connect around art authentically. We realized that the most profound change in our filmmaking system would be one of the mindset. So our design solution is an approach that centers community end to end throughout the filmmaking process called HAT. As a mindset and filmmaking approach, HAT centers the community in the filmmaking process from ideation through exhibition. Key tenets of HAT are connecting artists to communities, fostering a system that is built around audiences, and prioritizing space and time to create environments that place the highest value on people. HAT can be fulfilled in a number of ways, among them being leveraging community and government involvement, advocating for a culture of connectivity, and developing pipelines from the audience to storytellers. We have brought to you several effective examples of incorporating HAT into the operations of producing, financing, and distributing a film. With joy being at the center of our ethos, we've designed an ongoing series of inclusive kickoff parties, production process spas, which encourage creativity through health and relaxation, and experiential exposition that gives options that will bring to life human connection to the distribution process.
And now we'd like to welcome you to the parties. You very important people. HAT is here to have fun. While harnessing a sprawling movement looking for new direction, what better way to bring us all together than a whole bunch of parties, celebrating the most elusive of stages, development and investment. Through a series of curated pitch parties linking screenplay sources across multiple platforms, our aim is to connect artists directly with audiences. We see these as large-scale and ongoing, multi-city, immersive, hosted virtually, and alive. The environment will be playful with interactive spaces. Think like a living lookbook designed to bring audiences and investors a slice of the story and to mingle with creatives. Live, these can pop up in a myriad of settings and could partner with, for instance, local film festivals that have strong connections to their movie-loving audiences. Virtually, those events can be streamed and on platforms like Nowhere, which is a really cool 3D event space where you can freely bounce to each project in separate, unique designed virtual worlds. For example, one room is set up like a haunted house for a horror anthology based in the Southeast that draws interest from 1 million plus Southern Gothic enthusiasts. Audiences, both my candles went out, that was perfect. Audiences will interact with and comment on their favorite projects. This data is collected and then presented to financiers at similar events. In prioritizing connecting artists directly to their audience as the first step, we give investors confidence by proving the stories viewers already exist. Our aim is to highlight the value of people and process, inviting our inner child's need for play and curiosity to meet our adult intellect's need for structure and clarity. This kind of early involvement with communities through the grand network of movie makers gives crucial insight into the impact a story's evolution has, and we believe ultimately increasing the wider value of art and artists.
Cristina, you're muted.
Yes. And how can films be created under the HAT theory? Well, we believe that the process of making a film is as important as the resulting product. In addition to communities offering locations to filmmakers, local destination-type businesses, spas, camps, parks, hotels, could provide retreat experiences for the crew, or what we like to call the process spa. These places, the crew will be able to convene around best practices and also rest and connect in a setting that fosters relaxation, joy, and culture of care, planning together healthy work schedules and working on how the film is going to be created. Films produced under the HAT theory would have these retreat experiences as an essential part of the process during pre-production, production if possible, and post-production. In the process spas, Mental, emotional, and physical health is the priority, creating the possibility of making a film that nurtures perspective of production as a whole healthy body as opposed to a machine. The idea is to find a space in the community where the film is going to be made, decompress together, reflect on how the creation is going, and how best to proceed in each stage. And remember, always bringing the attention back to the community throughout the film production. The film is nurtured and best accomplished by the feedback of the community.
Hello, film lovers. Dear Hollywood, you're fired, but you have a lot of potential. Your adoring audience. We believe if we give audiences more opportunities to make meaningful connections around film, movie theaters will not become a thing of the past, especially if we invite audiences to be part of the solution. What if going to the movies was not a repeat of what you would experience at home, perhaps isolated, but more like visiting the Louvre, going to a theme park, or taking a trip of a lifetime? With Human Art Theory, we hope to build on the movement to provide customized, community-specific, budget-friendly movie screenings, encouraging film screening venues to partner with local organizations and better understand the local and regional needs. More directly meet their physical and emotional needs, be they diminishing isolation, accommodations for language or hearing barriers, or sensitive sound levels for those with PTSD, epilepsy, autism spectrum, and so on. In our ideal ecosystem, an exhibition, we would see audiences inspired and empowered to become cheerleaders of movies they've championed throughout the filmmaking process, immersive pre-movie installations, and self-selected audio-visual and sensory journeys moviegoers could take on site to prime them for their film viewing experience. For example, walking through a gallery or hall where folks can stand of a large LED wall of ocean waves crashing, or stills with score or soundscapes from a movie they're about to see. Dune, anybody? No? Okay. As well as experiential film screenings in unique settings. Think watching Jungle Cruise while traversing a lazy river, or watching Midsummer in a wildflower garden. We would also see movie houses providing post-film viewing process spaces on site, such as going into a post-film discussion room where you receive prompts and get to interact as a small group, optionally with loved ones who are taking the journey with you from afar. This would encourage greater connection for audience members to themselves, their loved ones, and the greater community, and better inform what films they would like to see made and how they're experienced in the future, bringing the exhibition to development phase full circle. We know audiences want and expect more from the movie-going experience, and we believe that if film exhibitions centered and included the audience in a more integral way, responsive to individual and community needs with new immersive offerings, audiences would return to these new movie experience houses with fresh enthusiasm and bring others back to enjoy the experience again.
These are just some of the ideas we've generated as we've thought about how to put HAT into practice. They are malleable and scalable. While we hope that the human art theory will grow into a global movement that revolutionizes the film industry, it starts with small internal shifts. The way we treat ourselves, one another, and our work. In other words, it has already started right here. So now we invite you to take the next steps with us and send out the first ripple into phase 1. These are the core beliefs we commit to here and now. So put on your hats. We believe that stories have transformational power. Stories are magic. We believe that this magic is as present in the process of creating story as in the final product. Therefore, the process is as sacred as the art itself. We believe that everyone has access to this magic. It grows stronger the more it is shared. So what happens next? We would like to codify HAT and work towards making these human-centered principles industry standard. So we'll begin having conversations with individuals and organizations about HAT to further define what this theory is and put it into practice. And we'll seek funding to support the research and development of HAT. If you're interested in being a part of the next phase, we've included a link in our written materials to get in touch. Thank you so much for your time and for being a part of this journey with us.